Day 54. Well, today turned out like any other day, doing something we always do. But first, let me talk about the previous morning. We were given breakfast from our hosts and learned about Dell's decision to become a healer. I'm certain this will be very useful in our journeys, just as long as he stays out of trouble and knows what he's doing. I don't want a tree branch forming on my nose and him following it up with, oops. Now, just before breakfast, we were told by the tribe's elder about the temple from the day before, and that it holds secrets that are not meant for us. I decided to let this need to know go, and I used a new tool to recreate the chamber where we found the Heartstone. It is much clearer now, and yet I still can't figure out what it says. Well, not yet, that is. Now, while Thía, Dell, and I rested, Varin decided to take a walk. Now, I remain unsure if he is frustrated because we are so far from home or because we cannot fight the hobgoblins, which I learned our new friends have fought alongside before. It was very difficult to be in the same tent as people who have helped us and have also helped the hobgoblins. When Varin sent word that he had spotted the hobgoblins approaching the camp, I realized we need to find proof that they were not to be trusted. So, Thía and I snuck into their camp. We could not find Varin, but we did indeed find proof of the hobgoblins' intended treachery, which we gave to Tammins tribe's priestess, Gorga. The look she expressed when she read the journal, well, let's not relive that particular moment. She gave us her blessing to kill the hobgoblins, to leave none alive. And well, that was not very difficult. Something is very odd though with Varin. He's usually friendly and compassionate towards others, but of late, he seems to be aggressive and gruff in his mannerisms and attitude. I'll try and reach out to him when the time is appropriate.
And we are back to the land of the hunter. Well, last night went both simply and at the same time unexpectedly complex as Adran, Thía, and Varin took on a small camp of hobgoblins and then quickly realized or remembered that they were not the only creatures in the desert, as several local monsters heard the sound of battle, smelled the smell of blood, and thought, ooh, free meal, and came to join the fray. We finished off the fight without actually any of us going unconscious, which that was definitely a plus, and returned at last to the camp of the Tamon tribe, as Adran would put it, yay! There we took a long rest, and Thía is now level 10. Just for the sake of our wonderful audience, can you go ahead and update us with your hit points and your choice between feet or ASI, Thía?
I chose to go ASI to up my dex. My current HP is at 60. And would you like to know my passives?
Actually, yeah, go ahead and share your passive perception, please.
It's a 15 now. Insight's 11, and so is investigation.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we returned to the camp of the Tamon tribe, full of questions regarding the temples, the secrets and powers that are rumored to be within. Who are the Crusovians? We did not get the chance to ask our hosts any of these questions because, well, it's late at night. And despite it being late, Priestess Gorga was rather busy with Kia and Baka-Taman, who has not yet spoken. So we went, we rested, we wake up fairly early the next day. I imagine that we spend some time cleaning our armor, weapons, and hair from the blowing sand from the night before. For this day, the temperature is actually a little bit colder than normal, around 70 degrees. LOL, says Adran. There is no wind, and there's no precipitation, unshockingly. Around 7 in the morning, Thía sends word through Baka-Taman's herald, excuse me, asking us to join her in the tent that she and her husband hold. When we enter, along with Del, we find that Baka-Taman, Thía, and Priestess Gorga are sitting side by side in the tent, and they invite us to sit down. As we sit down and before any of us say anything, Thía turns to the priestess and says, "Priestess Gorga, by your authority, you ordered our new friends to attack our sometimes friends, the hobgoblins. You trespassed into our territory when you did so." Priestess Gorga snarls, but does not reject Thía's assertion, merely bowing her head. Thía continues with, "In punishment, you will spend the next 10 days preparing the animals' leavings for the fires, every day, without fail." It becomes immediately clear even to Adran, who's not the most perceptive among us, that Priestess Gorga is both enraged and humiliated by this instruction. And she snarls, but replies, "I accept the punishment." And then Thía turns with a sniff back to the rest of us. "I am sure after last night you have questions." Adran, if you're saying anything, you're muted. You're not saying anything? Are there any questions you want to ask?
I don't have any questions.
Okay. The Crusovians, is that what you meant to write? Okay, so I assume, Adran, you're having some sound issues in the background, not a problem. Adran immediately says, with his typical blunt forwardness, "I have a question. Who are the Crusovians?" Crunch, crunch. Ah, I see. Thank you, sir. Not problems with sound so much as you're eating. I appreciate your discretion. Thía glances at Baka-Taman, who nods. She turns back and says, "We are the Crusovians. We are of the Crusovian people. All of us here in this camp, except yourselves, are Crusovians. Out here, we have formed the Taman War Tribe. Everyone here has volunteered to fight to protect Baka-Taman, the temple nearby, as well as Priestess Gorga and the knowledge she holds. As our leader, Baka-Taman has sworn his entire life to defending the temple. Priestess Gorga is the guardian of the secret knowledge the temple holds. As a tribe, we defend the temple from those who would abuse its power, and we protect the world from those from beyond the temple. 3 other war tribes do the same as us for the other 3 temples. Adran, I saw you were typing something. Did you have a follow-up question? Have you learned of the journal from the hobgoblins that we fought last night? There's a brief flush of anger from across Kia's face. There is the creak of wood as Bakatwan's hand clenches rather tightly across his own weapon. Kia nods. We have indeed. This is not good. If the hobgoblins are seeking to ally themselves with our people, then they would be sending messengers to the other war tribes the same as they sent to us. But they are not likely to learn of the hobgoblins' intended trickery, and following the battle that you aided us with, we have none to spare that we can send as messengers to warn them. Priestess Gorga coughs, clears her throat. Well, we have a possibility, as she nods towards us elves. They have proven effective dealing with the hobgoblins and our own neighboring monsters. They might stand a chance of surviving the desert. Maybe. Varin simply snorts. Kia clears her throat at Priestess Gorga's commentary and adds, Adran, Thía, Varin, Del, we can't leave our temple, this area. We can't send any of our own to go warn the other tribes. I know that we don't know each other very well, and I'm certain that after reading the journal and us not telling you everything before, you're perhaps a little wary of helping us, but we would ask if you would be willing to go to those other tribes and warn them. Priestess Gorga interrupts with, there is opportunity for yourselves as well. Not only would you help to prevent the slaughtering of our people, but you would, in your travels, have the opportunity to look for portals, if any exist, which might be able to take you home. You might also find ruins with magic items that might help little Thía with her undead following problem. Adran, you have a question or comment? Thía, while he's typing, did you have anything to suggest, question, add?
I think she's just waiting to see what Adran is gonna say, because he's, the leader.
Sure. So Adran pipes in with, normally I would discuss this among my group, but we do accept this task. Varin scoffs, rolls his eyes, leans back. Another side trip? Not that we have anywhere else to go.
Well, and they do have a point. We might be able to find a portal that will take us to somewhere a lot closer to our home.
We could just walk there.
And we could be helping the people here also. It won't hurt us to help others.
We help them, they help us, adds Adran. Priestess Gorga gives Adran a slight smile, him having earned somewhat of her approval last night. There is something to what you suggest, little one. Lad. Let us say, for example, that you do not find portals, and as a result you might have to walk. From what you tell us, these hobgoblins have found a way to go back and forth between our region and your own. I do not believe that you would be able to use the same means without great aid. Aid you might gain from us if you earn the alliance of the other tribes. For example, by going to them and warning them of the hobgoblin's trickery. She grins with a rather flashy show of her tusks and fangs. Taking what they seek for yourselves, our allegiance.
And not only that, it's helping us get rid of our own enemies while we're at it.
Now, that's a hunt I can get behind, growls Varin. And Adran has his own comment. Thía excuses you. We, the Tamon tribe, accept you as friends, and following Priestess Gorga's wisdom, we are willing to pledge ourselves as your allies. But you must earn the pledges of the other tribes as well, before the Crusovians will consider you as allies. Once you have the pledges of all 4 tribes, then we will accept you as allies. Then, this is the start of your journey. And she takes out a curious-looking bone that ends not in the typical shape, but instead ends in a claw marked with a crude rune. She hands it to you, Adran. This is the pledge of the Tamon war tribe to ones we recognize as allies and friends. Do not lose it, Adran. It is important and necessary for them to recognize you as our allies. Seeing as how you accept our request to be messengers to our other tribes, seeing how there's 4 of you, the desert is not a friendly place to travel. Even without the risk of monsters and enemies, the weather, the terrain itself will attempt to destroy you. You'll have to carry very much in the way of supplies, and there is little we can spare. But we can spare you one of our bone carts and a team of mules to carry it for you. Speaking on a mechanical point here, medium-sized creatures such as ourselves need 1 pound of food and 2 gallons of water per day for every day that we're in the desert. Pardon me. In order to carry enough food to travel, either we would have to carry it all ourselves, which would not be very safe in potential battle, or we can use the 2 mules and the cart to carry, and that would give us a weight allowance of around 2,100 pounds. More than enough for the food and water that we would need to carry. Indeed, wow. Now, I'm going to move us to a map I've been waiting to share for a while, because this is relevant. The Tamon tribe is able to provide us with 2 days worth of water and food.
And that, I assume, also includes enough food and water for the animals that are pulling the cart.
It does indeed.
Okay.
The mules, correct. So enough water and food for 2 days. Now, bear in mind that because of the risks and the dangers, 2 days worth of food and water in the desert might not actually take us 2 full days. So we will have to attempt to survive on the plants and animals that we come across. So where we are currently is with the Tamon tribe. at the temple on the map, you might notice that there's not a whole lot of distance that you can see. To go from the current position to just one hex away, that's a distance of 12 miles. In an 8-hour period, we can travel 2 hexes per day. As we were informed, there are 3 other temples to get to. Thía will, there's not a map that the Tamon tribe keeps to indicate the ways through the desert to the other locations, but she will inform you that one tribe, hang on, there we go, one temple is 60 miles west by northwest. Another temple is 108 miles due west. And
what was that again?
Sorry. The first tribe, first temple is 60 miles due west by northwest. The second tribe is 108 miles due west. And the third tribe is 108 miles south by southwest.
I wonder if that forms a square if they were to all be connected together.
So I don't know if actually. Let me see here. I'm gonna put this on the other map. So that way-ish towards the first tribe. That way towards the second tribe. And that way towards the third tribe.
Okay, yeah.
Adran and Thía, you can, between yourselves, decide which direction to go towards. The first tribe.
The one that's 60 miles west by northwest?
Thía nods. The Holgath tribe. I don't remember much about them. Mostly because the DM can't find his folder. Here we go. But I do remember... Hang on. Bring it up. There we go. Okay. The Holgath tribe is led by Holg. He's pleasant enough to work with, but he might be a little bit suspicious. If you show the token, the pledge, which I gave you, Adran, as you approach the camp, that will help him be less inclined to kick you out on approach.
That's fair. Would it be better if we went to one of the other 2 tribes first?
Let me see here.
Well, no, just as long as I have that Bone Claw pledge and show it to him, then he'll accept
Well,
me.
I guess my question is more to the matter of, would he be more inclined to be friendly-ish towards us if we had 3 of those tokens instead of just 1?
Once you have at least 1 pledge, the other tribes will recognize that as and its meaning. Having more than 1 is not necessarily going to be helpful. It wouldn't hurt, but it also wouldn't be more helpful than not.
Okay.
Still, I think it would be better that we meet up with him first.
Adrian, can you repeat that, please? You were kind of muffled.
I think it would be best if we just meet up with him first. He is the closest one out of all of them.
The other tribe to the west is the Thra tribe. And she turns to Priestess Gorga, who shrugs. Leader, Faltra is their leader. A good fellow. Rather short, bristly beard. She smiles rather fondly. From what I've heard, he can drink most people under the table. And to the south is... And this one, Thía actually shudders a little. The more safe tribe. Mordai is their leader, and I know the least about him than the others. But I do know that they are quite efficient in protecting the temple. If perhaps more ruthless than Bakataman. So with that information, do you still wish to travel to the Holgath tribe?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, Thía, as soon as the discussion is ended, immediately rises and provides us each with a fairly plain but not unpleasant breakfast. Fairly easy and quick to eat. And as soon as we are provided with food, she sends for the herald and gives him instructions. By the time we finish breakfast, there is a bone cart drawn by 2 mules outside. Excuse me. And we are able to set forth. Are you prepared to do so?
Now, is Dell going to be coming with us on this venture?
Del not. Yes, I would. If you find a way home, I would far prefer to be traveling with you than not. Especially since, as I've heard, the dunes move about. If you find a portal and have to come back to find me, it may not be there the next time we get there.
So that's a yes, you're coming along with us.
Yes, if that's all right with you,
Okay.
Adran.
That is perfectly fine. I think we also need a healer amongst us on our journey.
Varin looks down at his various scars. Now, why on earth would you suggest that?
Call it a hunch.
It's not like we've lost limbs at all.
Varin winces a little as he regards his recently regrown hand. And Thea's recently regrown leg, and I think there's been more, but I'm not sure. So
Have I lost anything?
I think you have, but I can't remember what. I know you've currently got a rather vicious scar.
I do.
So it is around 8 in the morning as we set out and start traveling. Adran, you may set the arrangement of travel. I assume you would probably put Dell in the cart.
And you'll probably
Yes.
want Thea moving it too. She's got proficiency with land vehicles.
Excellent. So Thea, you'll be
Alright.
riding in the cart then? Is
Yeah,
that
she'll
right?
probably be the one making it go for,
Move it.
I'm losing.
You will
my
be
words.
at the reins.
I'll be at the rein.
Oops. Recording on me. Alright, sorry for the interruption. Alright, we are back, and
You don't hold it against Shift.
There we go. Alright, now I'm on... I know, right? Alright, so we set out, following the technical difficulties of the DM button.
After all that work.
So, Thea and Dell are in the cart, Thea handling the reins, while Dell sits as close as he can and studies, watching how you handle the mules, guide them, doing his best to learn so that he's not a hindrance should anything happen. I assume, Adran, that you want Varin out in front scouting or hunting for tracks.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I will
Or
point out,
at least doing something to like run off some of that aggression.
right? Now, Adran, mapping in the desert is going to prove of little use. There's very few in the way of reliable landmarks, features, anything that can be tracked. And as has been pointed out, the dunes themselves tend to move with the wind, and sometimes even without the wind, through collapsing, through shifting, through people traveling. There's just not a whole lot in the way of mapping. So you could engage in other activity if you so choose while we travel. If you would like to.
Not sure what other activity I would be better use for, but
And it's not on here. Go figure. You could, for example, well, Varin's going to be on the lookout for enemies while he scouts forward. One of the things you could do is also be on the alert to watch out for, excuse me, enemies on approach, or you could forage, since Varin is going to be effectively navigating, or you could be navigating, either or.
I could try a little foraging.
As you wish. So Varin is going to be on alert for enemies. Where did I put that? And as well as navigating while you forage. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you can give me a survival check, sir. You actually do find some plants. You can. Are you searching for food plants, or are you searching for something else? Something a little bit less sustenance and more interesting use focused.
More for like interesting use.
Okie dokie. Let me get that up. Here we go. Roll me a d6, sir.
Mm-hmm. Pull this page back.
All right, and roll me 1d4 to find out how many samples of what you find. So you find 2. Roll me one more d6. Another 2. You find 2 samples of Yuan-Ti. This remarkable little plant, once eaten, for the next 24 hours, gives you automatic success on 3 death saves.
How do you spell that? Forfenty.
Forfenty.
Oh, I almost spelled it correctly.
So like I said, once you eat it for the next 24 hours, you will have auto success on 3 death saves. After which it's rendered inert.
Got it. I'll have to get that from you later.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'll have to write that down later.
If you want, I can send it to you in a message.
Actually, yes, that would be great.
Not a problem, sir. Oops. There we go. There you are.
And for some reason, my stupid page is only showing half that message.
Scroll down. And now Varin
Yeah, I tried doing that.
is going to attempt to navigate. Back. Once I find the right chapter.
There we go.
Here it is. Excuse me for 1 second. I'm gonna pause real quick.
Okay.
All right. So, right, Varin needs to make a survival check himself. Survival. A nat 20. I'll take that. Without much concern, Varin charts his a course. Without much concern, or for that matter, without much worry or fear. Where'd it go? After about an hour's worth of travel, Varen's eyes and attention start going towards the ground a little bit more often, and he puts up his hand. Tracks. Found tracks of some creatures. Let me check something real quick. Natural Explorer. Traveling for an hour or more. 4 creatures about the same size as us passed through here half an hour ago. Heading north through the dunes. Not that far off, if you wanted to pursue them.
Not really in the mood to pursue. But let's see what the rest of the group thinks. Thea?
I'm okay either way. I mean, we probably should get to the one place sooner than later. We don't know how long our rations are going to last. And, I mean, on the other hand, the tracks might lead to enemies or allies. I don't know.
Could be someone in trouble, or could be someone looking to cause some trouble. Either way, knowing who's out here would probably be better than not.
I think only if we think that they might be looking to attack us. I mean, it might be something to hold on to if we're not going to go after them, but we don't know. They might just be traveling on their own, too.
Let's go to the tribe first.
Well, the tribe is about 2 days away, if everything goes alright.
It is?
These people are half an hour away.
I think a half an hour wouldn't be too much trouble. What do you think, Varin?
Well, there was that moment you suggested that next time we fight someone, I try it on my own. You might learn something, remember?
True.
Unless, of course, you want to.
Why don't we go?
Go ahead.
Why don't we go check to see who these guys are, friends or foe?
With that, Varin will gesture to Thía, directing you along the trail, which after a few steps does become rather not super obvious because the sands shift about and obscure tracks. After we travel for a little while longer, hang on. Through the dunes ahead, we can see there is a fissure in the ground. We're not sure of its depth, but on the other side of it, we see 4 orcs. They're moving at a rather swift pace. They're currently about 200 feet away from us. They're moving at a swift pace. They seem to be casting about, looking for something.
Well, this looks rather interesting.
They also, Adran, I assume you're looking through your spyglass.
Mm-hmm.
They also bear several of the same totemic symbols as the orcs that were attacking the Taman tribe but a few days ago.
Definitely foe.
And as you watch, it seems that they are... It seems like the lead one is gesturing as though he saw something familiar and is leading the others around the bend of the dune out of sight.
Is anybody up for some orc hunting?
Well, if it'll wake me up, maybe. Excuse me. And I will.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead, Thea.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. If that's what the group's deciding, are we going to leave Dell with the cart, or are we taking the cart with us?
If I may, I'd rather be closer to your, well, protective aid than not. Dell puts in.
All right.
Let's make sure that they stay on a dune just slightly far away from them, but still within speaking distance.
So, are you wanting us to attempt to hide, or?
Sorry. So, well, yeah, quite possibly on the bottom side of one dune, and then let us be on the other side of it.
Okay. We can position ourselves so that the fissure is somewhat between us and them.
Okay.
So I'll arrange that. Give me 1 second as I fix this map. Alright. And oops, not quite selecting all of you. So Thea, you and Dell are currently in the mule-drawn cart. Varin is in the lead, and for some reason I can see no one's health bars. Interesting. Let me fix that real quick. Alright. Not sure why that happened. So there you are, sir. Oh, Dell is actually not needed to be replaced. Now, Thea, I have not yet quite assigned the cart to your control, so you'll just have to indicate where you want to move to, and I'll position the cart for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The cart and the mules. Alright, so if you look to the northwest of our current position, across the fissure, you will see that there are indeed 4 orcs moving across the desert. You can also see that there are some snakes sunning themselves on the rocks, and one particularly large snake that the orcs are making a direct approach toward. At this distance, we can hear them jabbering something at the large snake in their strange tongue, but since we don't speak orc, we don't know what they're saying. What would you like to do, sir? And as you consider it, you can see that Varin is already pulling out his longbow.
I'd like to cast Longstrider so then I can at least keep up with you guys.
Thea, I completely forgot to ask, so we won't do it right now. But you've expended quite a few uses of your Ring of Spell Storing. You'll have to reload it probably tonight.
Okay.
Varin is going to cast Longstrider as well. But
hey, does Varin want one of my my new supplements that I just picked up?
when I need it, I'll ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast it
Okay.
at 3rd level, affecting myself and the 2 mules. So the mule's speed, Thea, is now 50 feet, if you care to write that down.
Okay.
For the next hour. Anything else anyone wants to do?
Yes, I will use it on Longstrider on myself. I'll just use a single
First level
like
spell.
first level spell slot.
Indeed. Coincidentally, sir, are you hiking? Are you walking about with your shield equipped or not equipped?
I am walking about with my shield.
I can't imagine why. I assume then
I'm the walking tank.
I assume then that you are willing to engage in hostile negotiations with the orcs.
Hostile negotiations. I love it.
If that is the case, and everyone's ready, roll for initiative. Excellent, Thea. And waiting on you, Adran.
Come on. I don't know what happened to my page.
No worries. Thea, for the purposes of handling the cart in combat, I'll consider it the same way as mounted combat, and the mules as being under your control. So they can...
Okay, so their turn's basically when my turn is?
Exactly. You can determine where they
Okay.
move and what action they take, as long as it does not include the attack action.
Okay.
So let me get the tracker up here. Okay. And sort. I made it too small on my screen. Okay. So,
Yeah.
the large snake that the orcs are approaching turns its head lazily towards them, its large tongue flickering out, and that's about all it's going to do for its turn. It doesn't seem terribly interested just yet. Adran, what would you like to do, sir?
I would like to... Let's see. I'd just like to move forward and probably also to dash so that I can get closer to the action.
Alright. You can go ahead and position yourself where you will. The ground that you're currently on is normal terrain.
Normal terrain. Okay.
Just be aware that there are those spiny trees we've learned are called cacti. And they are not friendly to hugs.
Alright. The red thing that's in front of me, that's...
The fish.
What is that?
That's the fisher.
Okay, what exactly is that?
It's basically a big crack in the earth.
Ah, okay.
As though something came along and just
Staying away
ripped
from
the
that.
ground open. Thea, you will
Staying
note.
away from the crack in the ground.
Thea, you will note that it makes a fairly natural barrier.
Yeah, I was hoping to use that.
I can't imagine why. Adran, was that it for you, sir? I thought you were going to dash. There you are. Okay.
Did dash. I was just making my way around the fisher.
Can't imagine why. Alright, so for Varin's part, Varin's going to move. Let's go here.
Guys, I need to turn an alarm off on the dryer. I didn't realize it was on. I'll be right back.
Alright, thank you.
Okay.
That's 35 feet. That's it for now. Let's see, what's the range here? Yeah, that's definitely within my range. I kind of give you a small smirk, Adran, as I touch one of the pouches on my belt. And range is 150 feet, so yes, it's definitely within range. Hey, Adran, watch your step. And I can...
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. If I can get my screen to work here. So Varin is now concentrating. as he casts Spike Growth. Spell effects, Spike Growth. There we go.
And I have my advanced roller ready.
And that's it for Varin. Thea, your turn. Are you muted, Thea?
So she's going to want them to move here, the cart.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, so this one right here is in this square here.
Like so?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Alright. And what would you like to do? At the moment, they are unaware of our presence.
I could change that.
I'm sure you could.
I have the best reaches of us all, so. I think, though, I'm just gonna dodge and let Adran get into better position.
Okay. So you're taking the dodge action.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So they are...
And
go ahead.
is Dell basically on my turn also, since he's technically part of the cart?
Dell is on his own initiative turn.
Okay, cool. I'll probably tell him he should dodge.
Mechanically speaking, Dell is a... basically, he's a level 1 caster. At the moment.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, so that's the first one up. Why is it... oh, hang on. There we go, now it's working properly. Alright, sir, please roll me 2d4.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. Full
I'm
damage
maxed
on
out.
both dice. So
You're welcome.
he steps forward, roars in hideous pain as he, feels the spikes digging in. And let's see. Spins around where he is, looking around, trying to see what happened. And that's when he spots us, because none of us are trying to be stealthy. Let's see, what's the range? About 100 feet currently? 120 to Adran, 95 feet to Varin. So yeah, he's gonna pull out a javelin. This is an attack at disadvantage because of the range. And 8 lands somewhere in the crevice between us. And there's a long time before we hear any sort of clattering noise.
Well, that was effective.
And then he's going to yell something in his tongue to his companions. Where's this guy? There he is. Precisely. Roll me 2d4, sir. This orc is going to take 5 points of damage. Excellent. Does 10 feet of movement, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then uses bonus action. 10. And now he's there. And he is also going to throw his javelin at you, sir. But at disadvantage because of the range. Wow. Look what the other roll was. 19. There's a ringing scrape as the javelin deflects off your shield, sir.
I bat it with my shield.
Oops. Where is this guy? There he is. Alright. And one of the snakes comes slithering off the rock. Probably looking for its shelter given all the noise. 10, 20. Roll me 4d4, please, sir.
Man.
Oh boy, watch that health bar. Minus 14. So that was some damage it just took. That was 20 feet. 25,
Cool.
30.
Yeah.
Then bonus action. And he's going to take the dodge action for causing disadvantage on all attacks against him. And then this final orc, hearing and seeing blood spraying from his companion's feet, and what everyone's saying, is going to also take the dodge action. Excuse me.
Oof. It's quite a move.
Right? Alright, and Dell, taking your advice, Thía, I'm just going to check his character sheet real quick. He will pull out the dagger that he has, just to keep it handy. Squinting against the bright sunlight, he nods, and he is going to start taking the dodge action. Especially when he sees javelins start flying around. Alright, top of the round. Where is it? There it is. Silly button. The huge snake over there, following the noise, is going to slither its way. Let's see. It's 10 feet. Roll me 2d4, please, sir.
Rolling.
Takes 5 damage. Blood spurts out along its entire length as it takes damage from Varin's shield, or sorry, shield spell. My goodness. Where is this? Gauge your speed. 15. 15, 20, 25, 30, then dash. Roll me another 4d4, please, sir. Okay, takes another 10 damage. And it's going to take the dash action out of the painful area. Down to there. Alright. Adran, what would you like to do, sir?
Well, I would like to move my maximum speed, which is...
You could also bonus action cast Expeditious Retreat if you want to go further.
Oh no, I want to be a specific distance away.
Okay, fair enough.
But let's see. I moved about 15 feet there, then 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And that's about as far as I can go. And on that note, I haven't even pulled out my sword yet.
No, you have not. Which, I will point out, I do think that... I'm going to let last game stand, but I do think that I originally intended it to be an action to activate the blade. I'm open to negotiation on that, so we can discuss that offline. For now,
Well,
if you want to go ahead and pull out your blade with your interaction, and go ahead and spend a spell slot to activate it, I'll allow you to do so without expending an action, until we settle on an approach.
Okay, so I will be moving a spell slot.
Okay. What damage would you like to choose, sir?
Ooh, hang on.
I believe you have Thunder, Acid, Fire, of course, and Force.
I actually wanted to use acid.
Excellent. Alright. Your blade is now set to acid damage. Anything else for you, sir? For example, do you want to cast Firebolt?
Say what?
Would you like to cast Firebolt with your action?
Oh! Yeah, I would actually.
Alright, take your shot and choose your target.
This is my target.
He will gain cover from the fact that there is a creature between him and you.
Right.
Alright, go for the shot. And at disadvantage because he's dodging.
Disadvantage.
While I quickly look
Firebolt.
up the rules on cover.
I already have it down here. Oh gosh.
17 to hit.
Just imagine if that was advantage.
You still hit, sir.
Yeah.
Your firebolt goes scorching between the flying limbs of the immediate orc in front of you and smashes burning into the orc behind him for 8 fire damage, and there's now a hole where the orc's face was. Or rather, a scorching hole. So he drops.
First blood goes to, first death rather goes to Adran.
Indeed. Anything else for you, sir?
Nope, I think I'm just gonna take it as it comes.
Fair enough. In that case, Varin, grumbling to himself about seeing you take a quick kill, and the fact that there are creatures over there who aren't moving in my deadly area, Varin's going to express his disagreement, his displeasure with their apparent well-ordered defensive minds. What's the range here? Oh, yeah, easily within range. So Varin's not going to attack with his longbow, because Varin remembers something important. Specifically, the fact that arrows are going to become very difficult to come by. So instead, he's going to drop his longbow and pull out his sling. Oops. Which means those 2 orcs way in the danger zone are now well outside my... Well, they're outside my normal range. So instead, let's see. Let me look something up real quick. Not sure why you sent Firebolt, but I appreciate that.
It's actually a new feature on Roll20 here.
Oh.
Right here where it says that I shot 17 to hits and 8 fire damage. Right beneath it, it says show spell description.
Yep, it's been there for quite a while.
I clicked on it, and I'm like,
It's actually been there for quite a while.
oh, has it?
Yeah.
Oh, I've just noticed it.
Well, you aren't exactly the most perceptive elf. So, number of feet up to my strength score. 5, 10, 15. Varin does not have enough movement or strength to jump the chasm at this particular point. So instead of attacking, he's going to cast at first level jump on himself. Making my jump distance now tripled, 36 feet. And Varin jumps, lands about here, and finishes his movement here. That's better. Thía. Oh, was that? Adran, what are you doing? Thía, go ahead. It's your turn.
What?
She's gonna prepare an action as soon as this one approaches either of her comrades. She's going to shoot him.
Okay. Excellent choice. And this is a good opportunity to do this. There's an explosive hissing sound. Roll me 2d4, please, sir. As a large group of snakes suddenly comes out of the ground, moving towards the orcs. So 6 and another 2d4, please. So 6 and 6, not bad. Oops, 6. There you go. And it's going to attack that orc right there with disadvantage. Getting a 10 and missing. Oops. Let's see, what is this orc going to do? He's going to make a standing long jump, landing here. You can give me 2d4, sir. Okay, so make a dexterity saving throw. 5 extra damage. Failing his dexterity saving throw, he's going to take some damage from going too close to that cacti. Oh dear.
Oh, no. There's snakes. No deer nearby.
So the orc goes to jump, trying to get clear of the danger area. Smashes about half his body against the cacti, and as he spins in a chaotic tumble, there's a gurgling sound as he's impaled through his back, as he takes a total of 13 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Wow, he tried to get away from one type of vicious plant and landed in another.
Varin regards that and is like, well, that's one way to be undignified in going out.
The desert is a dangerous place.
This orc is going to move up, Thía. That will trigger your attack of opportunity if you so wish. At normal, an 11 goes whipping right through his hair, and you see several knotted tangles of tangled dreadlocks drop to the ground as he roars in protest. I'm sorry, but you missed everything except his hair. Now he's going to swing his great axe at you, sir. I get a 21. There is a ringing crash against your shield, and you can definitely feel like, oh look, the bruise is on his way back again.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be sore in the morning.
Let's see. This button. What were we gonna say, Thía?
Huh?
I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh, no, sorry, I was counting.
Gotcha. There is another explosion of hisses as a tangle of snakes comes rushing across the ground in our direction. Okay. Where's that one? There it is. And this snake is going to dash. Alright. Now the orc. Where is the orc? Well, seeing as how he's got a great bundle of playmates right there, orc is going to swing with great axe. Getting a 24 to hit for 5 damage. That does indeed hit the swarm of snakes right there. Alrighty, where is the next one? There's that in that character sheet. I need to check.
Very dangerous.
Indeed. If they can hit you. I get a 10 to hit against your armor class, sir.
No thank you.
Alright. Alright, Dell, looking around. Is it like this always for you three?
Sometimes we even have things coming up from the ground.
Well, there are
And
things
even things
up
coming
from the
down from
ground.
the sky.
Oh, hopefully not the sky this time.
Dell tilts his head a little bit. Does anyone else hear anything?
I'm hearing a bunch of hissing.
True. Let's see, what is he going to do?
And I'm hearing some snakes nearby.
He nods. Ah, yes, of course. I'm going to continue dodging. Top of the round. Let's see. Where is this one? Ah. Roll me 2d4, sir. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 7 damage. And then dashing to here. Yes. Roll me 2d4, sir. Another 4 damage. Varin starts muttering darkly about not being able to see everything that could be a possible threat in this strange land. That was 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then dashing to here.
Well, we got a bit of a party here.
Alright, Adran, here comes an attack for you, sir. At normal.
Ouch.
I get a 13 versus your armor class.
Oh, that's cute.
And then you see this fellow come curling along the ground.
Whew, you're a big one, aren't you?
Alright, roll me 4d4, please, sir. As another swarm goes after that lone. Oh my goodness. That is some hefty damage. And this swarm is going to attack that orc. At normal. Getting a 22, which does hit, for 9 damage. And the orc has to make a Constitution saving throw. Which he succeeds. Who would like to roll me 4d6?
I'll do that.
Very well. So that's an extra 9 poison damage. The orc gives a gurgling scream of pain and collapses onto the spikes, dying from the poison. Adran.
Sucks to be him.
I've heard it's not wise to suck the poison from a wound. Adran, it's your turn, sir.
I take my sword and I direct a particular lightning casting spell right on top of that snake.
Like the lightning?
A big giant one.
Lightning?
Like shatter.
Now...
No, wait, I can't do that, can I?
You can cast Shatter on that snake. I will point out that if you hit one or two of the creatures nearby you, and then cast Shatter on your next turn so that they're caught within the radius, they'll have disadvantage on their saving throws.
I forgot about that. I am going to pass on that one.
Okay.
But I will use my sanguine nonetheless on the orc in front of me.
Alright, go for the attack, sir. Assuming he survives this. 24. Yeah, that'll hit. Watch his health bar. For 7 acid damage, and he screams as the razor-thin line of boiling acid scores across his chest. Your extra attack, sir.
And then I'm going to swing at the snake that's on my left.
This one?
Yep.
Alright, go for the attack. A 24 will indeed hit for 11 acid damage. Ow! Anything else for you, sir?
Oh, I want to, but I kind of want to save it. Oh. You know what? I'm going to save it.
All
so, yeah, I think that'll be it for me.
Very well. Adran's up next. I am getting so...
You mean Varin?
Yes, sorry, Varin. I was looking at the wrong name. I'm getting so tired of these interruptions by wildlife. Varin is going to pull out his short sword and stab down at the snake immediately next to him, and then make a second attack against the same snake. Actually, you know what? No, you stab the snake and sling at the orc near you, sir. So here's the stab.
Okay.
That's an 18 to hit for 9 damage. That does hit. And then disadvantage sling attack at the orc. And if that hits, it's going to take Colossus Slayer as well. A 19 does indeed hit for and then Colossus Slayer. And -1 sling bullet. Okay, so that is 11 points of damage to the orc. There's a crack as Varin's stone slams into the orc's neck, and a distinctly audible sound of crackling bone. And the orc drops, boneless to the ground. Varin is at this point just gonna... No, he'll keep concentrating on spike growth. Why not? Why let a good spell go to waste?
Yeah.
Alright. Thea, it's your turn.
Thank you, Varin.
You always make yourself such a big target.
Is this a bunch of snakes?
This one right here. I need to zoom in.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
me.
There is a bunch of snakes right there.
Okay.
And from
I
your
couldn't
perspective,
tell what it was exactly.
Oh yeah, that's a clean line of fire for you.
A lot of things are clean line of fire for
True.
me. Yeah, I'll go ahead and attack that group right there.
Go for the attack. At normal.
Yeah. Here we go.
A 12 is a miss on that target, but a hit against the enormous snake behind it for 8 damage. Unfortunately, you won't get sneak attack on that, sorry.
Well, he's not next to Adran.
Exactly. But you do hit. Anything else for you, Thea?
That's it.
Okay. Alright, where is this one? You can see one of the swarms of snakes up there in the northwest sliding onto the corpse of the orc and, well, start biting lots of times and ripping and eating. This swarm...
Free food.
Yeah, exactly. It's going up against Varin. 25 is gonna hit for 8 piercing damage. Varin has to make a Constitution saving throw. That should have been at normal. I'll go with the 14, which is a success. And then another Constitution saving throw for the poison. That's a fail. Please roll me 4d6 of poison damage. Oh! 22 poison racks through Varin's body. Ow.
Ugh.
And Varin has to make another Constitution saving throw to keep concentration. That is an 11, that beats the DC. Spike growth remains. And then there's a howling noise from down inside the crevice.
Oh god. Oh boy.
Where are you? There you are. Movement speed. There's a unearthly glow from deep inside, and rising up into view right about the lip of the cavern comes dashing a flaming skull, looking around with eyes of pure fire.
Oh boy.
It did use its action to dash to get that far. Alright, so now it's this creature's turn. Yeah, it's a good idea. The snake disappears. Or rather, it doesn't disappear so much as it starts growing. Its head rising from the ground, flaring out, spouting a head and arms. And finally a full humanoid torso. With a long snake tail going down the where legs should be. Pulling from its splitting aside snake hide, a curved scimitar. This familiar looking, or sort of familiar looking creature goes to make 2 scimitar attacks against Varin. 24 is going to hit for another 8 slashing damage. But the 14 misses, and Varin needs to make another Constitution saving throw. That's also a success. Spike growth remains. Wow.
Lucky number 13.
Oh, Adran, that snake right next to you, it starts morphing up as well.
First it's dogs in the forest, and now it's snakes in the desert.
And it is also going to attack you with 2 swings of its scimitar. Yeah, it misses.
Shield.
Clang, clang. Are we already out of orcs? My goodness. And then we
Yes, they all got killed by me and the snakes.
And then we hear another hissing, roaring noise from deep within the crevice. And something comes dashing out from its depths. Another flaming skull. Thía, there's a bellowing roar from one of the dunes nearby, and something comes loping up to the top, sliding down the bottom, and as you look, you lock eyes with a remembered and dreaded soul. And it's gonna be right here. Looking a little bit larger than the last time you saw it.
She'll be like, under her breath, she'll be like, it's like he chooses, waits for the worst time ever and then comes out.
Adran yells from across the fissure, "Your boyfriend's back!"
He's a stalker. It's not a boyfriend if you don't consent.
Del takes one look, gives a hiccup of like, pulls out from his pack some equipment that Priestess Gorga gave him, splashes some water on you, Thía, and casts, with a muttered word, protection from good, evil, and good. Until this spell ends, one willing creature that he touches is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. This protection grants several benefits. Those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. You cannot be charmed, you cannot be frightened, and you cannot be possessed by them. So please remember this, Thía. This undead creature, all undead have disadvantage on attacking you. And you cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by undead, so long as Del maintains concentration.
Okay.
And then as he casts his spell and splashes the holy water on you, can we get out of this area? Top of the round. This swarm doesn't have a good line of access to. Let's see, better line of access this way. The swarm of snakes, Adran, suddenly starts crawling around your feet and trying to climb up your armored thighs, or calves rather.
Yeah.
And they go to bite you, sir. Getting a 10.
No, thank you.
Fangs dripping venom scraping against your armor. Alright, so that's that one.
Not too bright.
And then this swarm starts moving into the same area and starting to attack you, sir. Getting a 14.
Second date, no tongue.
And then this creature. Here's for you, sir. I get a 22 trying to grapple you as this huge snake tries to wrap you in its slithering coils.
Nope, sorry.
Where's this one? Oh, there it is. 10, 20, 25, 30. Adran, please roll me 4d4.
There we go.
I actually recognize that movie reference. 11 piercing damage. Excellent. I am so glad I maintained concentration on this spell, all things considered.
Yes.
And then dashing
Oh
for
my
another
goodness.
30 feet. Adran, it's your turn, sir. What would you like to do? As things get suddenly much more complicated.
Well, now that I've done my little attack thing on everything, I'm now going to use my spell Shatter.
Now, one of the creatures that you attacked is... Let's see, you attacked the orc and killed it, and then you attacked the swarm, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't this spot? Or did you attack the snake that was here?
I attacked the... Oh, it should have been the snake right here that turned into the what's it called?
The snake-bodied creature?
The humanoid.
Right. Let me get an aura upon him. You're going to cast Shatter, right?
Yes, cast Shatter.
Okay. Let me get this drawn for you.
And I wanted to hit the big-bodied snake.
Certainly. So you're probably positioning this sphere. Like so.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just like that.
So you are outside its range, and the snake-bodied creature has to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. Your spell save DC is 15, I believe?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, can you put Shatter up in the chat for me, please? Thank you.
Yep.
So he is going to succeed. Go ahead and roll me 3d8. The giant snake is going to fail its Constitution saving throw, so it's going to take the full 18 thunder damage. Watch that health bar. However, the snake figure is going to take half, so 9 thunder damage.
Still, though.
Still, excellent blast. That was your action. Anything else for you, sir?
Yeah, I'm going to use my action surge.
Okay.
And I'm going to concentrate both my sanguine sword swings on the lizard humanoid.
Okay. Go for the attack.
Alright, here's one.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Wow.
Weird. Sorry, I was fixing something. For 13 acid damage. Alright. That certainly hurts.
And here's my second attack.
Same target. Ooh, excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll hit for another 6. Very nice.
Jeez.
Anything else for you, sir?
I believe that is all I'm going to do.
Very well. Well, Varin's looking a little pained. Not quite bloodied yet, but still not exactly where he intended to be for this. So, what is Varin going to do? Well, he does already have his sword out, so Varin's gonna go ahead and stab at snake tail figure here. At normal, 2 stabs. Yeah, both of those are gonna hit. And Colossus Slayer.
Nice.
So that is 18 total points of damage. And then Varin's going to, let's see, run straight northwards. That will trigger 2 attacks of opportunity. Here's from the snake figure, snake bot. Oh no. Wait, why is that?
Oh no.
Well, that hits me in any regard. I'm not sure why I rolled it at disadvantage, but that's okay. That was
at disadvantage?
Yeah, I got double crit.
Wow.
So that's 9 damage to Varin. Ow. And the swarm, normal. Okay. Is going to attack. That misses. And Varin does also need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
There it is. That's a fail, and spike growth goes away.
Bye-bye.
And Varin is no longer concentrating, but he is going to sheath his sword. And that was his final ability. Alright, so Thía, what would you like to do?
Well, just gonna look at Dell and be like, well, hopefully you learned something along the ride. Because you're gonna need to take yourself and the cart away from here. And she'll get off the cart.
Okay. In that case,
And, she'll take and exchange her her bow for a short sword.
exchange her. Okay. So you're going melee.
And she's gonna move fully to here and dodge.
Okay. Alrighty. In that case, where's the snake? Or pile of snakes? Up here. And it dashes right in front of Varin. Blood-soaked maws and fangs glistening with venom, but unable to attack as yet. This swarm down here that Varin just left is going to dash after Varin. Now the flame skull. Let's see, what would it like to do? Oops, that's not what I want to do. It's going to lock eyes on you, sir, and cast at first level Magic Missile, which means it's going to automatically hit you unless you want to cast Shield. And sir, you're muted. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm going to cast Shield.
Which means you do not take 12 points of force damage. Burn his first level spell slot and activate the magic shield on yourself, sir.
Yeah.
And then it's going to fly up at a diagonal. Let's call it here. So it's now 20 feet in the air and positioned right here.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Indeed.
Sorry. I was supposed to mute that.
20 feet up. There we go. And you are alright, sir.
Alright. Still nice to have the spell shield.
I'm sure. Speaking of, unaware that you've boosted your defenses. Excuse me. I get a 21 and a 17. You feel a blow against your magical shield that scrapes against your armor, and then the second attack misses.
Ooh, that kind of tickles.
Your helmet ringing with the noise.
Oh. Ah,
and then the other snake-bodied creature is going to attack you with its scimitar. Getting a 10 and an 18.
That kind of tickle.
This creature here, it's going to fly 20 feet up and sideways. Let me get that fixed. There we go. So it's now here. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do?
When we come for you.
Its eyes glow a sullen red color. Adran, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm not even looking in his direction. Dexterity saving throw. There we go.
Okay, I need to check something real quick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whose birthday? Whose birthday?
And a tiny bead of flame escapes from its eyes. Where's this DC? Okay, so you do beat the DC, so you're only going to take half damage from this. Oops. This tiny little bead of sparkling flame soars through the air, lands at your feet, and the entire area is engulfed instantly in flame. So, Adran, you're going to take 14 fire damage.
14. Ouch.
And 2 dexterity saving throws from these guys. They both fail. They're going to take the full fire damage. So that's 28 to this guy, immediately to your east. And 28 as the fire clears from your immediate vision, Adran. Well, one of those snake-bodied figures drops to the ground, more charcoal briquette than snake. And the giant snake, serious saving throw. It also fails, so it's going to take the... Oh, wow. Hey, look! Enormous cooked snake.
So was that guy on my side, or did I just get lucky?
You definitely got lucky.
Collateral damage.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Thía. Thud. And it's going to use its action to attempt vengeful glare against you, which doesn't work because you cannot be paralyzed. You cannot be frightened by it, so long as Del maintains concentration. Unaware of that fact, it wastes its action. You feel its gaze tearing into your soul, and finding no purchase, as Del's magic shields you from its influence. Del, what's Del going to do? First off, he's going to order the mule. He's going to have the mules dash. Ah, wrong. There we go. 15. That's too far. But he's going to have them dash up to here. That's 30 feet of movement. They have 20 feet plus 50, 70 feet remaining. They leap, barely catching on the lip of the chasm. The wheels crash against the edge, but he does manage to make it. And actually, I'm going to have him do a vehicle handling check here in a second. To see if the cart is going to take any damage from that particular rough landing. So for Del, now he has been studying you, Thía, and you did tell him, kind of like remind him to remember what he's learned from watching you. So I am going to grant him advantage on this, and use his wisdom modifier. Oops, there we go. So first roll. Second roll. With advantage, that's a 21. The cart does not take damage. Alright, top of the round. Adran, these... Oh! I forgot the swarming snakes that are all over you, sir. They also need to make dexterity saving throws. They both succeed, so they're going to take half damage. 14 to each. I'm going to move you down for just a second. So I can actually reach the targets. Okay. They are still alive. The snakes that are crawling all over you, sir, are going to bite at you.
Ew.
I need to see if they're below their what their hit points are. No, why is that? There we go. Okay, that was weird. Close that, and here we go. Getting a 7 to hit you, which misses because it's an @1. Ooh, my throat. And then the second swarm is also going to bite at you, sir. Even there it goes. Get a 23 against your armor class of 30. That means it basically did nothing. Alright, and this creature is going to move also into your area. You now have 3 swarms of snakes all over you, sir.
Ay, ay, ay.
Getting a 24 to hit you.
Yep, still not gonna work.
Adran, shield ends. You are covered in 3 swarms of snakes, and you have only 1 other living enemy nearby you. What would you like to do, sir?
I have no idea.
That's awesome.
Well, let's see. Excuse me. Well, I am just going to attack the lizard guy in front of me.
Okay. The humanoid with the snake tail.
Yeah, I just don't like him.
Fair enough.
So here we go with my sanguine.
A 13. It actually does hit. I need to check something, actually.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Your blade of acid slices across his throat. And he drops.
Oh, good. Now, to get these tangos off of me. I don't know exactly how to get these things off of me without hurting myself.
Attack them with your sword. You can still target them. Basically, you're just slashing near your legs.
Alright.
Go for the attack, sir.
I'm not sure which one I want to attack.
You can just tell me. You can tell me that you wish to attack the most wounded-looking group.
Yeah. Let me start with that one.
Okay, go for the attack.
All right. Here we go, and swing it.
Yeah, that'll hit for 7 damage. You lop off several snake heads. Now, you could also run. You'll trigger attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
If you so wish.
I actually want to run.
Go for it.
So, 5, 10, 20, 30, 30. Whoa. That's not what I wanted.
You can move 30 feet, sir. Or, sorry, 40 feet.
My screen is just not willing to help me right now.
How rude.
No. There we go. I believe that gave me 40 feet.
That was 40 feet exact. So here come 3 attacks of opportunity at you.
Alright.
First attack, 11. Second attack,
Close.
21. Third attack, 24. They all miss.
Yeah, nope.
Alright.
They all...
Varin.
what's the word? I almost said they all succeeded on missing me.
Varin,
That's how tired I am.
right? Varin's looking a little worse for wear. Let's see, what's the range? But all things considered, between these swarms of snakes and a skull that's on fire and flying, okay, that would be attacking at disadvantage. Varin is going to.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I forgot.
What's up?
I was going to use my second win as a bonus, and I completely forgot to do
You
that.
may do so. You may go ahead and do so if you wish. I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Varin is, for his action, going to down a hack and leaf brew. D4 plus 8.
Oh my gosh. That's exactly what I got hit with.
Yeah, nice. And Varin is going to recover 28 hit points. Feeling a little better. And then he's going to stand his ground where he is. Thea, you are up close and personal with your rather larger than normal sized, would you call it a nemesis?
Unwanted suitor?
Unwanted suitor, nemesis? Would you call it a nemesis?
Sometimes they're the same thing.
That is true. Now, I do have extra actions. For example, you could climb onto a bigger creature. A suitably large opponent can be treated as terrain for the purpose of jumping onto its back or clinging onto a limb. After making any ability checks necessary to get into position and onto the larger creature, the smaller creature uses its action to make a strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check contested by the target's dexterity acrobatics check. If you win, you successfully move onto the target creature's space and you cling to its body. At that point, you can move around in its space, treating its body as difficult terrain. And I believe if you make an attack against it, a melee attack, you would have advantage.
Alright, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll use acrobatics.
I would assume you would. I assume you're going to try and get onto its back.
Yeah.
Okay. Before you make the actual acrobatics check for the contest, please give me just a regular acrobatics check to see how well you can climb up its body. I'll accept that.
That was a terrible roll.
That was rather terrible for you. Rather shockingly. But it is still within the acceptable parameters. Double checking something. Yes, you do. While you're on it and in its space, you'll get advantage on attack rolls against it. So now we'll go ahead with the We'll go ahead with the actual contest. So now give me an acrobatics check against its acrobatics.
That's better.
Oh my goodness. 31 for Thea against. You didn't even roll a nat 20. Yeah, you're on him. You can position yourself where you wish on its back. That did take your action.
That's fine.
But you are successfully. I mean, I'm willing to accept you being on its shoulders, basically.
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
Too bad you don't have a saddle.
That's one piggyback ride.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and put yourself in his space, basically.
Like that.
There you go.
It looks like I could sit on his shoulder there.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll call that fair. Anything else you want
I
to do?
am your conscience.
I am your conscience. And you would be using, since you're climbing up its body, you ignore difficult terrain, so you use regular movement thanks to, what's it called?
The second
Yes,
story
perfect,
work.
thank you.
Because I have a climb speed.
Indeed.
Wow.
If you want to use your cunning action to make a sleight of hand check, I will allow you to effectively throw dirt in its eyes.
Yeah, you could make that as part of the climb up. Let's do that.
Yeah, that succeeds. And against Constitution saving throw, you succeed, and you have temporarily blinded him.
Yay!
So you're on its back, and you've blinded him, or on its shoulders.
Let's see him use those dirty eyes again.
Nicely done.
Indeed.
And I'll shout out a good job, Del.
He waves back at you from his new position. Where is he, anyways? Okay, yeah, he's up near that stony area.
It's up north of us.
Yep. You can see he is the effort he's putting into concentrating on that spell and not letting it go. All right, the swarm of snakes near near Varin. Why do I keep doing that? Is going to attack Varin, not Adran. Getting a nat 1. That misses. In case anyone was worried.
That was
very
sad.
Effective.
Varin just like jumps over it and the biting fangs without looking. It's like hop. The other swarm gets a dirty 20 and catches Varin in midair for 10 piercing damage. And then Varin needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Please let it be a success this time. Okay, that succeeds. So, Adran, please roll me 4d6 poison.
4d6. Here we go.
That is 5 additional points of poison. Thank you for rolling low on that, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It is much appreciated. Oh, by the way, that flaming skull above and behind you, Adran, its eyes glow, and a tiny mote of fire comes flying out of its eyes.
Yeah.
Sparking as it soars over your head.
Oh dear.
Past you, and lands on the ground right beneath Varin's landing. Adran, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, just put my page away.
Of course you did. Okay, Varin's okay. He succeeds.
Yes!
Adran succeeds. Wow.
Good job, guys.
Woohoo! Yay!
Oh wow.
And then these two swarms. One succeeds, one does not.
Jeez.
As, oops, the damage is 8.
Oh.
So that's 12 fire points of fire damage to you, sir, and 12 to myself. I'm really glad I drank that hack and leak for a moment ago.
I'm glad I did second wind.
One of those swarms is reduced to a pile of burnt corpses. And this one is the one that succeeds, and it takes 12.
Yeah.
And then it soars up and over another 20 feet here. And as it flies and burns us, it just it kind of utters a crackling.
I don't like him.
That makes 2 of us. They cough out smoke. All right. Oh, and look who's next.
I thought we were at the top of the round.
We were a moment ago. Because remember, I got struck at twice, and I had drank a hack and leaf brew on my turn.
Oh yeah.
Thea. That's the wrong character sheet. I believe you have a casting of shield or jump in your spell ring, don't you? Your ring of spell storing? Thea, are you there?
I'm still here.
I cannot hear Thea.
Is that better?
Oh, now I can hear you, yes.
Oh.
I had jump at the start of this session, but you told me that it should be empty because it had been used.
Oh,
so
no,
I took that.
I apologize for the misunderstanding with that. I wasn't saying that it should have been used. You have not used the jump spell, so that should still be in your ring. All the other spells were expended.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
My apologies for not making that clear. The flaming skull nearby you is going to cast magic missile at you. Wow,
Okay.
that's kind of a lame roll. That's a total of 6 force damage that goes zipping into you. I don't believe Uncanny Dodge works against that, does it? It has to be an attack roll.
I think it has to be.
Yeah.
Let's
No.
see.
When creature that you can see hits you with an attack. It doesn't have to be an attack roll, it just has to be an attack. I'll allow you to have it. That makes sense to me. So 6 becomes 3.
Okay. Okay.
Shocked at the fact that you are not frightened by it, the Revenant is going to try and punch up at you, and it has disadvantage because of the spell, yes?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Attack 1. I get a nat 1. Attack 2.
It basically hits himself.
I get a 17.
That does not hit.
Okay, so it misses you entirely. It's hard to punch someone who's riding on your shoulder. Not that I've ever attempted to find out how difficult.
I imagine if you've ever had a kid on your shoulders.
I have no experience with that at all. As I adjust my
That's about the size difference between him and I.
Yeah, fair enough. You just, Alright, so it doesn't manage to hit you. Dell, given where he is and having just seen that 2 fireballs go off, he's gonna move a little bit further away, because that does not look like something that he can survive. A wise young fellow is Dell. Alright, now we're back at the top of the round, sir.
Okay.
The swarms of snakes you left behind. Whoops.
And we have snakes on a plane.
I don't see any planes, except for the plane of the desert. Oh, that was
Yeah.
the wrong one. Okay. It's going to dash after you.
Of course it is.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. Yeah, it gets that far, it cannot actually attack you. This one dashes into your area but cannot attack you. Oops. Dashes into your area but cannot attack you. Adran, it's your turn, sir. What would you like to do?
I really want to get this guy over here. Skullhead.
I think
You can get between him and the snakes.
I think it's called a firehead.
Fiery
Anyway, I want to use magic missile on him.
You can go for the attack if you wish.
Alright.
Isn't it at disadvantage?
If he uses magic missile, no, because there's no attack roll.
Oh yeah.
I'm
it's
planning
an
on-
auto hit.
So I plan on using a level 2 spell slot for magic missile.
All right, go. Hit the button.
Alright. There's that. And now magic missile. There we go.
At second level, you said.
Yeah.
So that becomes 3 times 4. That would be 12 points of force damage. Except a glittering sphere of energy surrounds the skull, and the darts are absorbed into it as it casts shield.
What? When I cast shield, I had to still deal with the damage.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
Shield blocks
no,
the
that was
force.
with something else.
Shield blocks the force damage entirely. You took fire damage.
That's unfair. Ugh. Little
I almost
punk.
imagined that if it had a tongue, it would be sticking it out.
There's a tiny gout of flame from between its hollow jaws, almost similar to a tongue. And then he goes at you.
Oh, I hate this thing so much.
Anything else you want to do, sir?
Yeah, I want to move. Get out of there.
You may move. It will trigger 3 attacks of opportunity.
Yep.
Go for it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then, with bonus, I'm going to expend Expeditious Retreat.
You can't because you cast the magic missile spell.
Oh, dang it, that's right. Darn it. Darn.
I need to double check.
Alright, I guess I'll just stay over here and deal with my attacks.
Okay. So here come the attacks of opportunity. I get a 17, a 25, and a 24. The 25 is going to be 1 piercing damage, unless you want to cast shield.
I'll take the 1.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Right.
And I'll take care of the. Alright, actually, you can go ahead with the. Oh, that's a fail. So you're gonna take one. Go ahead and take away the 1 piercing damage, and you take 11 poison damage, sir.
How?
Varin's turn. Okay, this is getting a little painful. He's going to run this way, straight through. Oops, straight through the like the cacti, completely ignoring their spines, triggering 1 attack of opportunity. That misses. And then I'm going to touch that familiar looking pouch on my component belt. And I'm going to cast, and I'm going to just kind of yell out, "Have fun crawling over this." As I cast Spike Growth.
Ooh.
Spike Growth. Right there. I think that's a good little place to put it.
I agree.
Alright, Thea. You have blinded your opponent until he uses his action to clear his eyes. He is blinded. Which means, and you're also on his shoulder, so you have an advantage on all attacks against him, and therefore sneak attack if you hit.
Well then, I suppose I should just attack him.
That sounds like a very good idea. And
So attack.
And also, if you wish, you can pull out your dagger and attack with that as well, with your bonus action.
Might as well.
Alright, so that 21 is going to hit for a total. Okay, so that's 13 plus 1 is 14 plus 8. It's 22 points of damage in total.
Yeah.
There you go. Excellent double hit, Thea. Anything you want to call mockingly at him?
If I had wanted you to stay around, you would have been alive. So I don't understand this afterlife stalking thing. Just get over yourself.
He seems disinterested to discontinue his pursuit of you. Alright, so the swarm of snakes, dissatisfied with not hitting me. Alright, Adran, please roll me 1, 2, 3, 6d6, if you please.
Here we go.
Oh! Watch that health bar. 19 piercing damage.
Wow.
I love this spell. And then it's going to use its action to dash and get to there. Alright. The flaming skull that is 40 feet up in the air now, right here. Well, it did see you shrug off its own, shrug off a magic missile attack earlier. What else does it have in its repertoire? It is.
Sudden stop and a long drop.
One would hope. I need to look something up real quick. No, 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 no. Yeah, here we go. It is going to cast range. Okay. Yeah, I just looked at the range and I don't remember the range. That's annoying. Okay. A sphere of fire suddenly springs up right here. And it suddenly rushes forward and slams against you, Adran. Please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Ow! No. Come on.
That is a
Gotta be
Bad touch.
kidding me.
nat 1. You do have Indomitable if you wish to use it.
I do wish to use it.
Alright, you may use it. Reroll your dexterity saving throw, sir.
Give me a better roll.
Please.
Don't give me a 7.
That is not a success.
Oh, come on.
A super bad touch.
And you take 7 fire damage as your armor heats up against your skin.
Ow.
As it casts Flaming Sphere. And is now concentrating on that.
Oh boy.
And then it's going to move, remaining at its current height, to here. Or current altitude, excuse me. And this fellow is going to fly over here. Thea, I assume you would like to use Uncanny Dodge on this next action it's going to take.
Yeah.
As it casts. Adran, I don't blame you for not liking it. Alright, so that would be times 3, 15 force damage as another a group of missiles comes hurtling at you. So you can reduce that down to 7 with your Uncanny Dodge.
Okie dokie.
And the Revenant, you can feel it kind of like shrugging and pulling itself back, its will together back against you as it regains some hit points. It still cannot see you, but it will still attack you at disadvantage. Getting a 9 and a 15.
Neither of those hit.
Right, because you increase your dexterity, which means your armor class is up to 20.
Uh-huh.
Excellent choice. Dell. What does Dell have? Does Dell have anything useful in this moment? Okay. He has something useful, but only if he gets within range. I need to do what the range is. Okay.
That's okay. If he survives this fight, he's gonna level and he'll be okay. He just needs to survive.
He's going to level up ethically. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Wait, I'm doing that wrong. So that becomes 25. 25, 10, 35, 45, 50. Is he within range of Varin? He is just barely within range. Dell is going to cast Healing Word as his bonus action? Is Healing Word a bonus action cast? Yes, it is. And Varin regains 6 hit points. And he's going to use his action to dodge and have the mules dash away, because he is now... Whoops, what am I doing here? He is out of his magic power. Alright, top of the round. We are only on round 7. Adran, looks like you have some reptilian pursuers. Are you ready to roll dice, sir?
Yep.
5, 10, 15. Roll me 3d6, please. Or 3d4. 3d4, my bad. And another 3d4. That's why that's where I got the 6 from, because I'm being silly. So another, there we go. So that is 7 and 6 is 13 points of damage. Thank you for your patience as I messed my numbers up. And then it's going to dash. Roll me another 2d4. Let's see if he actually survives this. I don't think he will.
Don't think so. I'm gonna go roll high.
That is 2 points more than he had. As the swarm of snakes dies. Come on, housework for me. Roll me 6d. Oh, you know what? That's. Hang on. Let me see if I got the right one. No, I don't. Now roll me 6d4, please. Oh, ouch. Good roll. That's another swarm dead.
Die!
Roll me 2d4. Let's see if he survives this. This one actually might survive this movement. Just might.
Here's to hoping.
That is literally the hit points he had left.
Oh.
And those swarms of snakes are no longer
That's
pursuing
cool.
you, sir. Adran, it's your turn. You're confronted by a flying, flaming skull and a ball of fire.
Yeah. How do I get rid of the ball of fire? Oh wait, go after the flaming skull.
That does seem like a logical course of action.
Well, let's see.
How are you gonna do it? It's 40 feet up.
Well, here's a real quick question for you.
Sure.
If I try using firebolt on the flaming skull, is that not gonna do anything to him?
There is one surefire, but bump way to find out.
But then I'm also dying to use this other one last little spell. And it's only a spell that I haven't used at all, but I'm just dying to try it at least one more time.
What spell is that?
Well, then try it.
Melf's Acid Arrow.
Go for the attack. If you want to try it.
Alright, I use my second level spell slot.
Do you have an inspiration point for advantage?
And oh, I do have an inspiration point.
Would you like to use that?
I will use that
Go for it.
and put it on advantage.
In that case, go for the Melf's Acid Arrow.
I'm clicking on the actual word and it doesn't want to send it.
So it's probably giving you a pop-up saying cast at which level. Try shrinking your character sheet, or do you see it?
Oh yeah.
All right, and then you just choose
second level, submit. Okay.
26 will hit for sure. Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
It shrieks in fire-filled agony as acid sizzles along its bony structure. Unhid takes 44 acid. Okay. Immediately, and then it takes another 2d4 acid at the end of its next turn. Please remember that for me, sir. And it has to make a Constitution saving throw. He maintains concentration on Flame Skull. Or sorry, on Flaming Sphere. Flame Skull. Did you want to move anywhere, sir? Adran, you're muted.
Sorry. Is that going to make an attack of opportunity with the ball of flame?
One way to find out. But I will point out that the ball of flame is not a creature.
Okie dokie. I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
And there is...
Just so I could at least go around the flame and not get singed.
Right. Because you do that, you are not ending your turn within range of the fire of that flaming sphere, so you don't take any damage from it.
Oh, cool.
Good move, sir. For his part, Varin is going to stop concentrating, which I forgot to put the marker on myself for concentration. Oops. I'm going to pull out my short sword and stab at this annoying bunch of snakes. Getting a nat 1.
With a nat 1.
Wow. Well, try again. Oh, there we go. And it's wounded, so I'll go ahead and throw Colossus Slayer into that. So that becomes 13 points of damage. And it is dead.
And it is dead.
So there's only the undead left on the field. We can go ahead and stop here for the night, or we can continue, whichever you two prefer.
I seriously want to try at least kill one of those skulls.
Thea?
Why don't we call it a night?
Okay, totally understandable. So that was Varin's action and movement. We will stop recording here. Thank you, fellow adventurers, for joining us once more. Please comment below to vote on what monsters you want to see Adran, Thía, and Varin take on next. You can vote for more than one kind at a time. Air Elemental, Allosaurus, the Ankheg, Dust Devil, Giant Scorpion, the Ogre, Thri-kreen, Yuan-Ti. Thank you for watching, and I hope we'll see you again next week.